There's an outpouring of abundance, New doors have been opened.
Hello, my ladies, my ladies, my ladies. How are you? How have you been? This is the Lady Positive Show. I'm just here to give you a quick one. This morning I saw a video of a kindergarten sports day. 3 students were having a frog jump competition. So I'm going to call the kids Mary, Mark, and Martha. Mary, Mark, and Martha. So at the official start, 1, 2, 3, go. Mary jumped out of her spot. No, let me give 3 different names so as not to mix the M's. So let's say number 1 is Mary, number 2 is John, and number 3 is Ruth. Now, before the race began, they had to stand in at the starting point. So Ruth jumped ahead before the official was ready. And, they are kids, so they got Ruth to go back to the starting line. Now it was time for them to go. And the official said, 1, 2, 3, go. And boom, Mary jumped and she reached the finish line. Marky hobbled along behind Mary. But now here is Ruth. While everybody else was there, going about their business straight in the lines. They mark out the lines for the students to run at sports day. Now, Ruth was not in a rush. And Ruth was there enjoying herself. And what stood out to me was the resilience that Ruth had. The perseverance that she had, to finish, because, sometimes kids that young, they would want to give up because they saw that their friends would have reached the finish line before them. But Ruth, she did not let the fact that her friends were already there deter her from continuing her race. And lo and behold, I also saw by the end of the video that Ruth was not jumping in the lane that was provided for her. Ruth took some curves and corners, and she went a longer path than Mary and John. And on the side of the lanes, at the side, the people who were cheering were like, Ruth, come, Ruth, come, Ruth, come. While others were like, go, Ruth, go, Ruth, go, Ruth. And Ruth was not listening to anybody. Ruth was just there doing her own thing, taking her own time, and just at the finish line. Each time she jumped, she looked up at the finish line. Each time she jumped, she looked at the finish line. And I'm like, my God, that's when it hit me. You see, sometimes in life, we all started out well. Or we all started out at the same point. Or we might have the same. We might be given the same, the same opportunities. But we took different paths. Sometimes some of us, we do not finish because we saw that those who have started with us, they have reached where they are going and we are still on the path. So we become so disheartened. We become so we are no longer enthused. We become discouraged and we stop halfway. when I saw the video this morning, I was, oh my God, this is really about life. Life is a journey. Life is a journey. And the place that we end up is as a result of the path that we have walked, the decisions that we would have made. Sometimes things happen beyond our control and we end up in a different path. But what if things are in our control and we do nothing about it? What if we have the opportunity, or we have it within our control, to give up or to press on to the finish line? What if we realize that we are detouring from the path that was in front of us, but we can still continue around the corners, around the curves, and still reach the finish line? What if we just persevere? What if we just continue without giving up? What if we do not listen to the people on the sideline, the people who criticized us? What if we do not listen to the people who are calling out to us to this as a way of distracting us from continuing? Sometimes it's not people. Sometimes it's the pride of our heart. Sometimes it's the lust of our eyes that cause us not to reach the finish line. Because we see what others have. Because we see that some people has reached. Some people, they're at the finish line and we are still on the way. So we just become so discouraged. And we stopped and never finished the race. Then we have unfinished tasks on our hand. We never get to fulfill our destiny. We never get to fulfill the thing that we were created to do. I just have to look at this this Ruth and say, Ruth, you have encouraged me today. Do not be deterred by the fact that those who are going out before me, those who I have started with, have reached where they are going. I do not be deterred by that. Wish them well. And also look at it that, they reached first and they made it. Use it as an encouragement to say, I can be there too. Don't be in a rush. Don't be jealous. But use it as a marker to say, well, we three started out, but you have reached there before me. I am coming. Do not listen to the critics. Of course, they are going to criticize. I tell you, I don't know how many of you who are listening to this podcast would have seen the video that I'm talking about. And somebody will say, go Ruth, go Ruth. And they kept cheering Ruth. And even though Ruth was not the winner, trust me, she was the winner for the day. She may not have gotten the first place prize, but her dedication to complete the race spoke volume. And it should be a lesson for the parents too. Because I'm telling you, it was really a lesson for me. I saw it on my friend's status and I commented on it and she sent me the full video. And when I looked at the video from where she started to where she ended, she had jumped a longer path than her competitors, because her competitors, they jumped along the straight line, which was shorter. But she took the longer route. She jumped out of the lane and along a path, go around a curve, but she reached at the end. She reached the end. And some of us today, we need to persevere. We need to continue the journey. Even though people might be calling out to us to stop, people might be criticizing us, they're condemning us, but let us continue. Let us continue. Let us be like Ruth. I changed the name of the students because we have to protect their privacy. But I hope that those of you who have watched it would have learned a lesson from Ruth. She is the last one to reach the finish line. She was the last one to reach the finish line. And it's not about the ones who finished first or second, but it was the one who finished last. She could have given up. She could have thrown a tantrum out there because they are kids. But no. She could have run to her mom and started crying. But no, she didn't do that. Sometimes we are doing something, or we are going on a good path, and then something happened. And we just stop and start crying out to God, Lord Jesus Christ, have you forgotten me, Lord? You have given up on me. I'm not saying that we're not to call out to God. But how about while we are going, while we are still continuing on our path, we remember his words that our strength comes from him. Yes, we can cry out to him, but let us not throw in the towel before we have completed the race. And I really do hope that you would have seen this video that I'm talking about. And I really, for me, I wish that somebody with money could sponsor that little Ruth. Just something, because this was a very good life lesson about this little race. For them who are there, it's just a race. But for those who live and know that life is spiritual and in everything there is a revelation, this is not just a race. It is a race for life. It is the race of life. We all start in this thing called life. Life is a journey. And this video was about life's journey. The revelation is about life's journey. We all start the day that we were born. We have started this journey. Many reach the finish line first. Some reach second. And some of them smooth sailing, because the person that reached the finish line first, she just jumped maybe 10 or 12 jumps and she was there. The one who came second maybe would have jumped maybe 15 to 16 jumps and was there. But this third person, Ruth, she jumped and she veered. She jumped out of course. She jumped out of the line, but she kept jumping. She jumped to the right, but she kept jumping. People were calling to her, but she kept jumping. But one thing I noticed about her while she was jumping, she kept looking up. Each time she landed, she looked up. Then she jumped again. Then she looked up. She positioned herself and she go in and out and said, okay, I'm going to jump. And she jumped. And she never stopped jumping until she reached the finish line. And that kept me throughout today. And I just want to share with you, my sisters. I want to share with you, my ladies. No matter how much your life seems as if it's not going on a straight path, don't give up. Keep pushing ahead. No matter how your life seems to be going around the corner, going ziggy-zaggy. Do not give up. Do not give up. I bet that they would have given Ruth the instruction that you're going to stop down there. And it's the same thing with us. God has already given us, the instructions. He would have already told us what we need to do and where we are going. So how about we keep that in mind? Keep it in view. Keep what the Lord has showed to us in view and use that to motivate us even when we veered off track. Keep it in view and keep on pushing. Keep on going, no matter the Sanballat and the Tobias that are on the side trying to distract you. Keep going. No matter how many people are going to say, you're not tired of trying. Aren't you tired of trying? Keep going. Don't listen to those who will come and say, just give up. Because some people are like that, They will come bluntly and say to you, give up. Stop. But look at them. Shake your head and keep moving. Some of them will push their mouth up at you. Some will roll their eyes. But remember the goal. Remember the goal. Keep it in view. There's a movie by that name, Remember the Goal. Remember your goal. Remember your goal. I really do hope that this mother protect this child. And I really do hope that they will keep, I really hope that they will protect this little child. Because trust me, this child had perseverance inside of her. This child did not listen to the crowd. She was doing her own thing in her own world. So my sisters, I'm encouraging you today. Push on. Push on. Push on. Don't mind the critics. Push on. You will get there. You will get there. Do you know the song that says, with Jesus, I'll make it? Yes, you will make it. You will make it. So, from the Lady Positive show, I hope you will have a blessed day, a blessed night, and most of all, a blessed life. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. And remember, you can always send me an email to take the conversation further at theladypshow@outlook.com. THELADYPSHOW@outlook.com. This has been TLPS, the safe space to grow through what you go through. See you next time. Stay blessed.
It is green. A new grace has been released. The glory of the latter is greater than the former. The blessing is here. It's all